Hello again. This is the second part to this video of August the 17th. In my other video I was explaining to you here that I was being collected, on June the 14th of this year to collect my stem cells. To get a good result in collect stem cells, it could be anywhere from 2 to 5 days, depending on the amount of stem cells they are able to collect. The 10-day treatment that I was given after my chemo here of cyclophosphamide, I was given 10 days injection that I had to inject in my belly. It's a skim depth. It's just a tiny little needle that you inject in your belly around the navel. And that helps the stimulation of the bone marrow. So I went on for 2 or 3 days with no side effects, and then pretty well on the 4th day I started to have the back pains in the bottom of lower back, and according to the doctor that is perfectly normal, because the biggest bones that you have in your body and where you have the most bone marrow is around your hips, and then right around your tailbone and so on. So that's where the stimulation of the high production of the bone marrow is there. And to get a good collect, they consider when you get 8 million stem cells or more, you have a good collect. So on June the 14th, I was actually hooked up to this machine, and it's about a 4 to 6 hour procedure, painless, because the installation of the perm cap was there. So they just connected to the hoses. It's an in and out. So you have one part of your blood that goes through this machine, which is centrifugal, and then it just basically separates the stem cells from the rest of the blood product, and then it gives you back the blood that is actually been through the filtering in the machine. And after the first day collect, they told me that they have collected 8 million on the first day. So which meant that from the medication that I was taking before to stimulate the growth of my stem cells, timing was perfect. So they decided to still do a second day. And on the second day, same procedure, same hospital, we collected about 3 million. So it was obvious that we had collected quite a lot on the first day, and some people can actually get a lot more than that on the first day, but some people can actually get 1-2 million, and they have to bring this up to 6 to 8 millions to get what they call a considerable amount of stem cells for an auto transplant. And in my case, we get the jackpot on the first day, and then 3 million the second day, so we have a total of 3 million. And I can tell you that, like I told you, I have a good doctor. The doctor on holidays even called the hospital and then talked to the nurse to get the results of the first day collect, and spoke to me and asked me if I was happy, if everything was all right, and so on and so on. And reminded me that, it was our choice if we wanted to go to the auto transplant, or were we still on the path of holding on to it. And I basically repeated with him that I was on the path to wait for the stem cells transplant. So at that point, after the first day, we have 11 million stem cells that are put in the freezer at Hema, Quebec, which is like the Red Cross here in Quebec. And we hold on. And then we agreed to meet a few weeks later, and see our options after more blood test results. And at that point here, back in May here, prior to the chemotherapy, we had done a biopsy, and the result of that biopsy was 5% plasma cells in my blood, which is very good, because a normal person will have about 3%. So at 5%, I was in pretty good shape. And then the x-rays showed no additional bone damage. Actually showed that there was actually repairing the damage that I had, which were very little, but enough to consider myself a stage 3A. Stage 3A is because you have more than 10% plasma cell in your body, and then but as soon as you have, because I was at 36, I was obviously more in the stage 1, but I could have been the stage 2 or stage 3, and then A because the bone damage was very minimal. So a B would have been considered a person with 50-60% plasma cell and a lot of bone damage. And in my case here, I was a stage 3A. Now I'm pretty well back to a stage 1 with actually no bone damage, because the bone damage has actually repaired itself thanks to the iridia and the lowering of the controlling of the protein in my body. The Benz Jones, which is a urine treatment, you get a 24-hour period of collecting urine, did not even detect any of the protein or the light chain. The light chain here in my urine. So that means that my kidneys are doing the job. They're working. And from all the other blood tests, my kidneys are in good shape. According to my liver is working good. My heart is excellent. My blood pressure is excellent. Sometimes it's 110/68 or 70. My temperature is good. I have no high temperature. I have no side effects. And then up to now the neuropathy caused by the Velcade has pretty well disappeared. And then after all this here, we discussed what the new treatments was going to be, and we agreed that the treatment now was going to be maintenance treatment. And the maintenance treatment is back to Revlimid, 25 milligram a day. And then forget the Velcade, that's over, and then back to Dexa. But I was surprised that he actually put me, instead of back on my regular 40 milligram once a week Dexa steroids, he decided to lower even that to 20 milligram. And it's 20 milligram to maybe readjust, along the way this fall if we seem to have no good results on the control. So that's where we'll adjust. And we also agreed here that we were going to see each other only every 2 months to give me a chance to stop thinking of this on a monthly basis. What's my next result? What's my next result? So we agreed to meet at the end of September, and where I should have more results. And you saw that my new haircut here, that's 2 weeks after this cyclophosphamide chemo. I started, actually a few days later, I felt like I was starting to lose my hair. And at 49 years old, it goes gray. So I figured, well, maybe it'll be a good idea for the summer to shave. But I felt like a little chicken, so I said, let's go with a number 2 razor here and then just shave. And then if it keeps falling off, then I'll just completely shave it. Actually, it stayed. There's no patches. So I kept the number 2 here for about a month, shaved about only once a week, didn't lose my eyebrows or my eyelashes or anything, no other hair, so everything kept pretty well stayed the way it was, and it's starting to regrow. It has been for the last month here, and then I'm probably grayer, because apparently chemo will probably get you a little whiter. And but I'm probably at a number 3 now. So in the next month or so here, I'll probably be a number 4, and probably by the end of this year here, I'll probably be in good shape and pretty back to my regular haircut here. So I want to tell you, this is again probably where I'll have to spend another few minutes here with you on the next video, for you to understand what we're doing and why we're doing this, because I think a lot of questions here I receive from all of you, and I want to respond to those questions and reassure at the same time what is being done and what can be done. So I want to tell you right now that I'm in very good shape, and no side effects whatsoever from any chemo or whatever. Even my regular dosage right now is, I am handling it very, very well. So watch my next video here. We'll discuss some other subject here that you've been asking me about. So talk to you soon.